right, what we've been waiting for all morning. We've all had our parents meddle in our love lives at some point, but imagine that, well, that happens on a much larger level. After dealing with her father's presidential campaign, Meghan McCain's views on dating, well, they're a little bit jaded.
We're here to help. That's all we do. Meghan McCain joins us from Phoenix, and here in studio, some of our eligible Fox and Friends bachelors, just for you to get a little background on, because we want to help whenever we can. Meghan, how are you, by the way?
I'm really good. Thank you so much for having me on.
We feel like we know you because you're running your blog every day, so we really get an update on your life.
Yeah, I actually wrote this for thedailybeast.com, not my blog. For Tina Brown, who was just on your show earlier, I wrote it for the Daily Beast, not my blog.
Now, one of the things, and you talking to the blog, on the Daily Beast blog, about how you can't, you know, when you've gone out with guys, you didn't know if they were interested in you or your father. And tell us about the guy who said you had ordered a Maverick choice on the menu.
I know, it was odd. He was like, "You're quite the little maverick," and that's a lot of straight talk. And I was like, you know, and I'm sure this gentleman loves that I'm talking about this on national television, but, you know, I am a writer and a blogger, so, you know, I always use my life in my pieces, so.
It's all fair
I hadn't realized this was going to be such a big deal. I mean, my personal blog was just ambushed yesterday with people writing in saying they had the same problem post-election, that politics really came into play and it was affecting the way they felt about a person. So I don't think
was that from? Was that from the Mitt Romney kids?
No, well, trust me, we had a gazillion people who wanted to date you writing into our email after we talked about this segment. But be that as it may, I understand potentially what you're going through, because politics is like the first thing people tell you not to talk about when you go to a dinner party or when you're going to meet somebody, right? And so you're in a bind because you have the people on the one side who might be too into your dad, and then you don't really want to date somebody who voted for Barack Obama because of the differences, right?
It's exactly the problem I'm facing right now, and I just thought it was funny. I had been on about 3 dates in the last month, and they were all terrible, and I was talking to my friend about it, and she was laughing so hard, I was like, I should just write about this, and then I did, and it's #1 on the Daily Beast, and I can't believe out of all the things going on in the United States right now, people are curious about what it's like dating, but they're funny stories, so I can see what people like.
We don't mind living through you. Hey, let's meet some of our staff who maybe are date material for Meghan McCain. First off, he's Eric Crasting. He is their #1 bachelor.
That's right.
Let him explain himself.
Go ahead, guys, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, Meghan. How you doing? I'm Eric. I'm from New York, 28 years old. I think you should date me because I have a very loud voice. You'll never have trouble hearing me. I talk about politics all day, so when I come home, I don't want to deal with any of that. And I didn't vote for your father or for Barack Obama. I was a Bob Barr guy, so we got that covered.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Next up,
Sean Groman.
Hey, Meghan, I'm Sean. I'm 23. I'm from Staten Island, New York. And we don't have to talk about politics. We can talk about anything else. I'll make you smile while you can teach me how to dance.
And look at that under his likes. He likes the bacon explosion.
I love the bacon explosion. And backscratch.
All right.
And backscratch.
Chris.
Hey, Meghan, I'm Chris. I'm from Ohio, and I read your article on the Daily Beast. But to tell you the truth, I don't know if we would be right for each other because if I can't talk about old ladies in pantsuits and pearl necklaces, there's really not a whole lot of basis for a relationship going on here. So
You broke up with her before you even met her?
What are you doing? What are you doing, Chris?
Chris, what
Okay,
is...
now wait a minute. Meghan,
what'd you think of that?
Do you want to ask them any questions, or do you have any interest?
Did you threaten them with their jobs? You have to go on TV and potentially talk about what you would go on a date with Meghan about? These poor guys sitting there in your studio.
No, we were completely ambushed, actually. We were told like 20 seconds before the segment that we were going to have to pitch ourselves. So we just thought we were going to like sit here and be eye candy. But
there you go. Oh, thank you very much.
Didn't really work out that way.
Now, Meghan, if people are watching right now and they would like to read your blog and go ahead and have a dialogue with you, regardless of what that is, how do they get a hold of you?
You can go to McCainblogette.com or thedailybeast.com.
All right. Do you regret coming on the show today?
No, thank you very much for having me. I feel bad for those 3 guys, but thank you.
They'll be lucky to have you.
Thanks, Megan.
Believe
Yeah, I'm
me.
not into the Bob Barr guy. Yeah, not into you. That's weird.
We're not
Make
into
a
him either. This is
decision.
his last day.
We thought he was just. We thought when he said he was at the. We thought he was at the bar when he voted, not voted for Bob Barr.
Exactly. That would have been a different story. All right, Meghan, thank you so much for being a great sport. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
And thanks, guys.
Good job.
Back in 2 minutes to apologize.